All right. We all set? It's a rhetorical question. Okay, you may be wondering, you may look up at the stage and go, what are we doing, a game show? And I'm the guy that's going to move these cards and show you a vowel if you want to buy a vowel. Anyway, this is going to be a little bit of a different presentation again for your minds, so keep your minds open. This is going to be a lot of fun, I think. Please welcome a very popular person in this movement with this group. Very famous for doing his show in Texas, which goes on YouTube all the time, Atheist Experience. Really good debater. Like, there's just so much you could say about this guy, but a magician, we'll see, right? Poof. Please welcome Matt Dillahunty.
All right. Good evening. How's everybody doing? Has this not been a great conference? I have thoroughly enjoyed the chance to get to meet some of you. I've done a couple of INRs in the past. It was also nice to meet some new people and even to meet someone who I had been admiring for a number of years. So I'm thrilled to be here. I know that some of you might have been expecting me to give a talk bashing religion or speculating about the best ways to debate the subject. If you're interested, Lawrence Cross and I are doing an event tomorrow night at Danforth Hall, and I'll talk then. But I wanted to do something a little more fun, maybe. I'll let you judge that. But I did want to give some quick tips just so you didn't go away empty-handed. Listen charitably. Ask lots of questions. Don't shift the burden of proof unnecessarily. And don't pretend that you can read someone's mind. Leave that to the professionals. We're much better at faking it than you are. I am going to ask for volunteers, and there are things where people on certain sides might not be able to see. I'll do my best. One thing to note about volunteers, please just come up. I promise I'm not going to make you look foolish. I'm not going to put you in any danger. The risk is entirely mine at all times throughout this performance. And if you're not comfortable coming up, just, pass it off to somebody else at your table. I'm also going to be doing some mind magic, so you don't have to worry if you're in the back and you can't see. In fact, if you're in the back, you could just close your eyes and imagine that you're seeing the best mentalist show you've ever seen, and you will be right, because who am I to disagree? I mean, after all, I don't have assistants up here in skimpy costumes twirling boxes around, which is what I'll be imagining while I'm working. But I am fascinated with how the mind works, and I've loved the talks that we've heard here this weekend. Many things I agreed with, many things I didn't. It took all my willpower, for those who know me, to not rush up to the mic every single time. Very happy with those who did. I like curiosities because I was a fundamentalist Christian for more than 25 years. I'm a walking, talking curiosity. And by the way, the one thing that I will address is this notion that it is futile to engage with believers. I am here because people engaged, and the thousands of people who've changed their mind because of the shows that we've done, the debates that we've done, I think they were worth talking to. So it may not be your thing. Don't give up, but definitely don't discourage other people from having the conversations. I think if we did a show of hands, there's a lot of people in here who used to be religious whose minds were changed because of things that we've done. The Atheist Experience show, Dawkins' books, everybody. One of the things that I'm curious about is intuition. What is intuition? We all seem to think that we know and understand what it is, but do we really? I mean, is it a guess? Is it an inference? Is it a hunch? What part of our brain takes place in massaging the facts that we experience to develop an intuition? And I've said before, we live our lives by intuition and inference. We go with our gut, and we're really, really good at it. We're so good at it that we don't even realize how bad we are at it on occasion. It's just, I'm going this way, and this is the way it is. So I thought this afternoon we would test my intuition a little bit and perhaps test the intuition of some of the people who are here. Let's see. I tell you what, ma'am? Yes, would you help me for just a second? Just wait right there. Using your intuition, do you have any idea what I have written on this piece of paper? I'll take that as a no. She's right. Absolutely not. Will work too. I tell you what, you're so good at this. Would you be willing to join me up here on stage to help out? What do you? I couldn't hear you. She said, "Is it sure? You're batting 1,000." Give her a nice round of applause as she comes up here. Please watch your step. I don't know if we're insured. Hi, what's your name?
Carol.
Have we met before?
Yes, we have actually.
Oh, that's unfortunate. All of my magician and mentalist friends have this wonderful thing where they're doing a room and they get to say, "Have we ever met before?" And the person will say no. And I keep doing things in front of atheist and skeptic groups, so the answer is yes most of the time. But thank you so much for helping out, Carol. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do a bit of an experiment to test your intuition and to test mine. How many people are familiar with the Stroop effect? Show of hands. There's a representation of it up on the screen and on the banner that I clumsily folded because we lost my banner stand in transit. But essentially, if I were to ask you to read the words on that list, you'd have no problem at all. Red, yellow, purple, green, orange, pink, blue, etc. But if I were to ask you to name the color of the font for each of those, the words get in the way, and it takes a little longer. It takes a little extra effort. That's something that always fascinated me. Also, this idea that the order of the letters in a word and in a paragraph, I'm sure some of you have seen them on the internet, doesn't really matter all that much if it's a common word and the context allows you to read jumbled things. I think somebody called it typoglycemia, is the word that they've got for that. Spelling teachers hate it. But we're going to do a quick experiment here. We've got 4 different colored bits of cardboard because I spare no expense, and a bunch of envelopes, and we'll just make sure if you can't see through those at all, right? All right. I would like for you to stand at the microphone so that they can hear you, and we'll just, I'm going to put these into the envelopes and set them aside, and then we're going to test your intuition.
Can I look?
Yes, you can watch. All right. Now, I said we were also going to test my intuition as well, and there's a little mathematical fun curiosity here, and that is this. I'm going to have you tell me which color you think is in each of these envelopes. So, starting with the first one. Green, red, blue, or yellow?
Red.
Red?
That would be red.
Oh, there we go. We can hear red. And the next one? I dropped my pen cap.
Green.
Okay. And the next one?
Blue.
You're doing blue and then yellow? Yeah.
Yep.
Because there's only the 4.
Sure.
All right, so how well would you estimate that you did? I shouldn't have turned it like that. I mean, you've got it. You could have got all 4 of them right. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Most people guess that they get 2 right. Odds are you're probably only going to get 1 right. Don't feel bad. 1's good. But if, in fact, you have 3 of these correct, then you'll by default have all 4 of them correct. That's the way math works. And revealing the 4th one is kind of anticlimactic. So what I'd like for you to do, we're going to set one of these aside and we're going to put the other 3 on the stand to test you. So grab any one of those that you'd like. Okay? Put it on whichever one of those stands you want. And another. And one last one. All right. Now, do you want to change your mind at all? I mean, we're good.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So you hang on to this one. Okay. We will check and see how well you've done. Now, all right, this is a test of your intuition, but what do we think is going to happen here? You said yellow. You're right. And
Can we see it?
you laugh as if you don't believe. Am I in a room with non-believers? Fine. There's the yellow one in the correct envelope. You're doing great. Would you like to check green or red next?
Red is fine.
Oh, I wouldn't point it to influence you at all, but we'll check this one. Ooh. Yes, actually, you got this one right as well. Red in the red envelope, so we're 2 for 2. And the green envelope
Green.
will tell us whether or not you're right about that one. And you are. We got the green envelope right, which means in your envelope is a blue one. You can go ahead and open it and show everybody. But like I said, this one's anticlimactic, which is why we're testing my intuition as well. Right on top of there is an envelope. If you can grab that for me, that would be great. And open it up. What's it say on the front of it there?
Intuition.
And intuition. This is an intuition I had earlier. If you would open that up and read what's there. Into the microphone, please. Or we could, just stand really close.
My intuition tells me that you will correctly label all 4 envelopes and you will set aside the blue envelope.
Set aside the blue envelope. Her intuition's working. My intuition's working. Awesome. Thank you so much, Carol. Absolute pleasure. All right. So that's good. Sometimes when I get people up here to try to do things, they'll blank or panic. Sometimes I blank and panic. I've forgotten entire segments of my act and everything else. I need 5 volunteers. Oh, there we go. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 of them, give them a round of applause. Come on up here. We're going to get this stuff out of the way. And we'll... Come on up, make a room across here. Martina, everybody's got badges on, makes it nice and easy. And Melissa, thank you. Leonard, thank you. Graham, I have, Dwight, you're good. Welcome. All right. I like puzzles. Does anybody like puzzles?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You don't have a mic, so you're perfect. Project.
It's not good if only Matt can hear me.
So what happens is sometimes when I have people up and we're trying to do a little mind reading, they blank. They can't think of anything. Or there may be occasions where they will think of something that's predictable. Like I might be able to tell something by their mannerisms or what outfits they're wearing. What I have, let me reach behind you real quick. I made up these books that have words in them just so that people could go through and find various words. The problem that I found was if I let them go through the book and find a word, this was the one I used to make. This one's sex. And everybody picks sex. I don't know why. So why would you not pick sex? So I have a book for each of you. If I can sneak back in one last time. Awesome stage. Just hold these flat on your hand, and I'll give you instructions here in one moment. You good? Hey, I'm drunk. I almost fell right off the back of the stage. Okay, I'm going to look away. And here's the thing. I don't want you to look through for a word because you might find one you like. And I might be able to tell something from your personality or what you're wearing. If I were to ask you guys to close your eyes right now and draw something, draw a simple image. Think about the type of image that you might draw. Something simple that everybody will recognize, that a child would draw. The odds are pretty good that somebody drew a house. Did you? Yeah. A smiley face, a tree. Oh, a boat. You might have drawn a cat. Women will sometimes draw cats, which my wife loves because we have 4 of them. And so I don't want to be able to tell anything about who you are. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my back. I'm going to count to 3. Oh, I guess I should show. I showed the other ones. That we've got 50 or so different words in each one of these little booklets. Normally there would be a camera that would focus and broadcast it up to the screen. But, I'm roughing it. I'm in Canada. I love it here. I'm thinking about moving. I've been thinking about it since November. I won't, though, because I'd like to stay and fix things in my own country. So I'm going to turn my back, and on the count of 3, I would like for each of you to just lift up, look at one word, close it right back down, lock that word in your mind, don't forget it, and don't tell anybody else. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Get your word, close it, done? Awesome. Just take the books and stack them on the table. I don't want to touch them again. I do need my big notepad and a marker. Anybody want to just tell me their word right off the bat to make it easy? All right, no. Well, this is one of the harder things that I'm going to try to do today because everything can go wrong. But Martina, would you help out first? I want you to just focus on your word. Don't say it out loud. Maybe we should stand and stare at each other like we did earlier. Put our hands up. This doesn't make any sense to me yet. I'm not getting a word so much as an image, and it's, all right. Go ahead and tell everybody, if you would, please, step up to the microphone, because otherwise they're not be able to hear you, what your word is, and hopefully I got it right.
Chair.
Chair. That's as close to a chair as I can possibly draw without going to arts college. A chair. That's pretty good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. If you can move off, because we got a small stage, and Melissa is here. I think you're going to be trouble. You know what I did? I drew on the actual cardboard flap instead of the paper. This is the wonderful state of business that I'm in. You are going to be difficult. I'm going to skip to Leonard real quick, if you don't mind. Leonard, would you step up to the microphone? And I want you to focus on the word that was in your book, and don't say it out loud. Now, I can't. It's not an object like the last one. It's something a little more abstract. Again, kind of a movement. I'm not even sure I could even. Maybe I should give up drawing. Yeah, this is an absolutely awful drawing. I tell you what. I think I know what this is. Go ahead and tell everybody your word, please.
Dance.
Dance. Woo! I can't draw. There's figures there I wouldn't. Thank you so much, Leonard. I appreciate it.
Well done, sir.
Graham. Like the crackers?
Yes.
Do you like dancing? Don't say anything else because you're going to give away something about your word. No, it's your. I was really careful to make sure that there weren't duplicate words in the book, but you guys are both trouble. Wow. Sorry. I tell you what, the two of you stand up here and leave a little space in the middle here. I'm going to have to, a little more space in the middle. Just a little, perfect. Ta-da. The words seem similar, and that can't be the case. One of you you like your word, don't you? Yeah.
That's a fine
It's
word.
a fine.
I like words.
Oh, okay. You have.
They're very
This
wordy.
They're wordy, but it's they're all shorter words, and you like your words, so it wasn't something that was unusual. I got it. Your word is lunch, and your word is bacon, right?
No.
It's not bacon?
No.
Oh, because I had bacon for lunch. What was your word?
Other.
Other. Wow. It's an other word?
I suppose so.
In other words, lunch and other. I'll take a miss on one there. Thank you so much for helping out. You guys are making it so difficult. Lunch and other.
A room full of skeptics.
What? Yeah. What are the other things? Dwight, thank you for waiting patiently.
No problem.
I'm a little slow.
I wasn't going to say anything, but
Well, thank you. You weren't going to say anything. You have a word locked in your mind. I have no idea what it is. I just got other wrong and thought it was bacon. I've got bacon on the mind. I skipped lunch. I'm diabetic. Please tell me your word is at least not a food word.
Nope.
All right, cool. I tell you what, do you need glasses to read?
Nope.
Okay, I'd like to do something slightly different. Hold off on the word you're thinking of. I've got 3 books over here, and when I remove them, that poster's going to fall down, and I don't give a shit. Boom! What I have here are 3 books I brought from home that are favorites for mine and for different reasons. I have Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Anybody familiar with that? Yeah. Woo! By the way, somebody wanted to debate me on whether or not the Bible was reliable. And I said, my copy of Harry Potter is reliably accurate to the original of Harry Potter, but it doesn't tell me whether or not it's true. And he backed out of the debate. Who knew? I also have Stephen King's The Shining, just in case there's any horror fans, if you can call it horror. I've actually never read this. I watched the movie and was terrified. For years, whenever the kid would just go, and there's no sound or nothing, I would turn that shit off. I was in the Navy as a grown man and turned that movie off at that point. So that book isn't going to be read. And I have The Da Vinci Code, almost as garbage as the book that it's based on. But are you familiar with these? Or have you seen the movies?
I've seen the movies, and yeah, I've just seen the movies.
Select any one of those books that you would like.
I'll go for my childhood favorite.
Childhood favorite, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Great. What I'd like for you to do is to thumb through the book, make sure it's a real Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, not some funky magic book. Find a page, any page you like. I'm going to stand over here because I don't want to be accused of looking at your book. Open it up to any page you like, and now change your mind and go to some other page, just because I don't want people to think that you went right to the page that I wanted you to. So now you're on a different page that neither of us could have selected. Because the word that you're thinking of is a small one, go for a huge word. Let your eyes go up and down that page. Go for a big honking $3 word with lots of letters and syllables, and let me know when you've got a big-ass word. Maybe Harry Potter doesn't have any big words. Have you got one?
Yeah, that's what yeah.
You got a great big word, because we're gonna go through this with letters. You got one? Yep. Okay. Focus on that word. You can close the book as long as you can remember it. You got the word? Yeah. All right. All right, I want you to imagine the letters of the word spelled out in front of you between the two of us, and focus on just the first letter. And what was the first letter? L. Focus on the second letter now, but don't say it. Can you get to the second letter? Okay. Just for kicks, what was the second letter? Okay. I'm going. It's weird. So the third letter, actually, like the third and the fourth, kind of feel like they're together to me in some way. What's the fourth letter? I'll just skip the third. Yeah. So H. Okay. Whew. We're doing good. You're doing amazing, Dwight. I don't want this, we shouldn't be too serious about this. Oh, hang on. The word that you had from the little flip book, was it watch?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Whew. Sometimes things come to me a little bit later. For the first time, tell everybody what word you picked out of the Harry Potter book.
Lightheartedly?
Lightheartedly?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's what I wrote down, was lightheartedly. There we go. Thank you so much, Dwight. Pleasure. All right. Whew. Who wants to win some money? Oh, Christine, it wouldn't be fair if I picked you. Yes. Would you like to win some money? Come on up. You give her a round of applause. We'll try and make her rich. Money. This is American money. Are you okay with that?
No, I can't spend that.
Oh, I would hope you'd want to get in before Trump does something to make the exchange rate go through the floor.
It's hard for me to spend it.
Yeah. So we're going to play a game, and you have a chance to win money. And as a professional atheist, let me tell you, that's a lucrative business. So I have $21 US and a little envelope. You are going to be the eyes of the audience because the rest of you can't really see this. $21 and a little envelope. That envelope is my prediction. And we're going to play a game. And the rules of the game are very, 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 very simple. That's for later. Write down fumbles in pockets, would you? Thank you. Rules of this game are very simple. There's a joker at the bottom of the deck. The card in my wallet is not the joker. If you deal all the way down to the joker, you get nothing. So joker's not worth a thing. I'm going to hand you this, and I would like for you, when I say go, to deal cards one at a time, face up from the top of the deck into my hand, okay? I don't want you to look for your favorite card. I don't want you to count to your number. I want you to focus on the event of the day, which is intuition, and stop at whatever point you would like. You got it? Go. Right there? You've stopped on the 3 of clubs, and we'll just show everybody that it's not turtles all the way down. If you'd have kept going, it'd be the 4 of clubs, and then the 8 of diamonds, the ace of spades, 3 of clubs. Do you think that I made you do that? Did you feel like that was your free will that stopped right there?
That was
And there's no way that the card in my wallet is the 3 of clubs.
that'd be impressive.
Should I just give you the 21 bucks and call it even?
Sure.
You want to split it? I'll give you 10.50.
Really don't want to.
You don't want to split it, so we'll check.
Okay.
Here we go. The envelope. If this is not the 3 of clubs, you win $21.
Right.
Unfortunately, it is in fact the 3 of clubs in my wallet. Thank you so much. Woo! I made some changes. I've only got one thing left to show you, and it's one of my favorite things. There were a lot of questions that came up while I was here this weekend. First of all, you're a magician? That was one of the. Wait, I thought your talk was about magic and mind reading. No, it's not. It's me doing something that I love in an environment with people that I love and appreciate. I'm so thankful to be up here at INR 7. This wasn't supposed to happen. I was only coming up to Toronto for the event that Dr. Krause and I are doing tomorrow night. And as soon as I announced it, people were like, oh, we're going to see you at INR 7. And that made me feel so happy until I had to say, no, actually, you're not going to see me at INR 7. And it happened 4 or 5 times, and finally I sent an email to Bill, and I was like, I don't want to invite myself to your conference, but since I'm going to be there, if you'd like me to come, I will try to do something different, if perhaps a little awkward. I have, for my entire life, up until recently, been fascinated with celebrities. When I was a little kid, I had a baseball that was autographed by me with the names of celebrities. Only I was little and I didn't necessarily know their names. So it would say like, and this is not a lie, the twins from Quark. Now, Quark is a show from the 70s with Richard Benjamin. It lasted about, 4 episodes, but there were these blonde bombshell twins on there. It was a space comedy. And so my baseball said the twins from Quark. And it had a few other names that I threw in there as well. And as I got older and got a little bit more involved in magic, I decided I wanted to get autographs from my favorite magicians. Well, that has to take place on a deck of cards. So I had a deck of cards that I carried with me all the time that was for nothing but collecting autographs from magicians. Teller signed the 3 of clubs, there's a bunch of others. And then something weird happened. One day, somebody came up and asked me for my autograph. And I said, okay, why would anybody want my autograph? And so I became very much against this notion of celebrity. I despise the notion of celebrity, class structure, tiers, who are your betters and who aren't. I especially despise our obsession with celebrity because I definitely don't think we should be getting medical advice from celebrities, particularly not even celebrity doctors. Go to get a second opinion from a doctor that's not a celebrity, and you'll probably be a little bit better off. And so I was really down on the notion of celebrity. And since then, my views on this have changed a little bit because there are people that I greatly admire. Some of them are in this room tonight. Some of them I've been fortunate enough to meet after many years of wanting to meet. Some of them are my friends. And I realized you can appreciate people and it's not weird. So I didn't do an autograph collection for my friends. But I would like a volunteer for this, and you'll have to, I'm gonna handpick someone. Would you come up, Lawrence, and help me with this last thing? Give him a round of applause. I'm having him come up here because I know as a speaker that he was really just waiting for me to reach the point where he could go to the bathroom before he talks, and now I've got him up on stage.
I had a premonition you were going to ask
Yes.
me.
So just assure them that we have not prearranged anything. You didn't even know I was going to ask you up here.
Is that what you want me to say?
That's what I would like you to say.
No, I didn't know you were going to ask me.
All right. I have here a deck of cards that is a little different. Well, you can stand over the microphone so they can hear you.
Okay, good.
I have the names of people I respect and admire on these, and I wrote them on. They're not autographs. I just wrote them on myself. If you'd like, could you read some of them off?
Taylor Swift?
Taylor Swift.
Come on.
Who doesn't like Taylor Swift? Come on now.
Willie Nelson, Beyonce, Johnny Depp, I admire him, Eminem, Lady Gaga, George Carlin,
Hey,
Neil Patrick Harris?
of course.
Okay. He does magic, though.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Bob Marley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch
Yeah,
of them.
Okay, good.
What I'd like you to do is think of a card, not a person, a card.
Okay.
Get it locked in your head. You can change your mind right up until the point I ask you to name the card.
Okay.
Now, before any of this started, some of you may have noticed that I have an envelope over here with a big question mark on it. This is my prediction of your celebrity.
Okay, good.
Name a card.
7 of Hearts.
7 of Hearts. All right, we'll look through here together. You get to be the eyes of the audience here. 6 of Hearts, that's close. You
How
want
come
to
there's 7 aces?
I have extra suits.
Okay.
7 of Hearts. There we go, 7 of Hearts. Do you want to change your mind? Last chance.
I don't.
Go
I
ahead.
really want to keep
Take the 7 of Hearts. Tell everybody what celebrity you got.
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash.
That's all right.
And if you'd have said 4 of Hearts, you've got Taylor Swift and Willie Nelson's the 8 of Spades and stuff. So Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash.
Would it be startling and amazing if, in fact, there was a picture of Johnny Cash in that envelope?
It would just be absolutely remarkable. It would be so good that it would be great if this was your last trick.
I know. How many people are already convinced that there's a picture of Johnny Cash in that envelope? Cool, I win.
Okay, here we
Thank
go.
you.
It's great. I'm amazed. I've never seen anything like it.
I've never seen anything like it either. Do you want to see just to double check that I'm not a big fat liar? Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Cash. Now, I hang out with a lot of skeptics and atheists, so I wanted to prove it, and I drew his guitar too. I can draw as long as I'm sitting down at a table. I can't do it when I'm standing up with a notepad. I drew a slight picture of Johnny Cash as well, and I put all of it on the back of a Johnny Cash poster just in case. Thank you so much. Woo! Seriously, thank you guys so much. I hope you had a bit of fun, and I hope the rest of the conference with this gentleman is even better than anything we've seen before. And whoever's supposed to talk me off the stage, now would be the good time to tell them. Take a quick break while I tear everything down and come back for Dr. Lawrence Krauss. Thank you guys so much.
I guess I'm supposed to talk you off the stage. Okay, so yeah, stretch your legs a few minutes, and we'll do the main event, the semi-main event coming up.